Okay, great. Well, we'll get started. Thank you so much for joining me this evening or this afternoon, depending on where you're tuning in from, for this webinar on House of Waine in Kenya. Just some housekeeping, the webinar will be recorded and we'll send it out in a follow-up towards the end of the week. We also upload all of our webinars to YouTube, so if you have missed out on any previous ones, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel there to catch up. So the presentation will be short and sweet, it'll last about 10 minutes. But any questions that you have, do pop them in the Q&A. And of course, you can always reach out to us here at Small World Marketing if you need anything else. Okay, so House of Waine. So House of Waine is a boutique hotel and it's located on the outskirts of Nairobi in Karen. And Karen is a beautiful location, particularly for those who are just flying in after a long flight and kind of, want to kind of settle before they head out on safari. So this is just a brief overview of the property. So we have 10 rooms in the main house and then 1 suite. We also have our 2-bedroom cottage, which we'll come back to again. So as I said, it's located in the beautiful suburb of Karen. And here it says, we're 45 minutes from the international airport, but really with the new highway, it is only about 25 minutes. And again, we're quite close to the city centre and Wilson Airport as well. And yeah, in terms of rates, doubles start at $705 per room. And with activities, you're in a really central location in Karen here that's close to all of the activities that people want to see when they are in Nairobi, which we can touch on at the end. So just for a sense of place, this is where we are in Kenya, just outside Nairobi. And we often say that Nairobi, it's a bit of a shame because a lot of people just kind of seem to shoot off through Nairobi and straight onto safari, when there actually is quite a lot to see and do here. So it really is worth, spending, a night before your safari or, before you leave Kenya as well. So we offer a really great day rate at House of Waine. So this is really great, if you don't need an overnight in Nairobi, but just have a long wait at the airport. So for $60 per person, you have access to all of the facilities, including the pool and the changing rooms. You also have meals included and drink as well. So a really great option if you have the day to spend in Nairobi. So this is House of Waine, this is the entrance. And it is a family-run property, and they actually are celebrating 20 years this May, so it's a momentous year for the property. And the name Waine is actually derived from the first initial of the children of the family, and they're still very much involved in the running of the property. For those of you that know House of Waine, it was refurbished in 2021, so it's a lot more stylish, a lot more contemporary. So a really nice hotel for Nairobi. And I think one of the main things about House of Waine is those gardens. We have 2.5 acres of serene gardens. They're so well kept and a really peaceful location. We also have our pool and pavilion. So here we have changing rooms. So these guests who would be using this day rate, they can use all of these facilities. And you can just see here the 2-bedroom cottage as well. So it is just set back from the main house, but still within those gardens. Again, dining is very reliable. We have great food here, and the staff here are excellent. They've been at the property for a long time, and they're all very attentive. So in terms of accommodation, it is 10 rooms in the main house plus the suite. And they're all very luxurious and spacious, but they all have a slightly different look and feel to them. So they're all individually named to reflect that. And again, you have these beautiful kind of big windows that look onto those gardens and let in lots of light. So they are very luxurious. This is the Malachi suite. So this is a really nice option, if you have, say, a honeymoon couple who are spending, a couple of days in Nairobi, It's very spacious. You have a lovely lounge here and also a really nice veranda overlooking those gardens too. And again, we're really lucky that we also have two interconnecting rooms here. And these are kind of located towards one side of the hotel. So, almost like a bigger group or a bigger family can kind of take over that side of the hotel, so they're all together. And again, these look onto the gardens, which I think is just one of the best things about this property. So as I said, we have our 2-bedroom cottage. So as you can see here, lovely kind of lounge area, dining area, and kitchenette unit. And then we have our double room, which is en suite, and then also a smaller single. So this is great, for younger families. This room is quite small, so it's really only suitable for small children. But again, another really great option if you kind of just want your clients away from the main hotel. So House of Waine also have conference facilities. But again, it is quite a small conference room, so it would never, any conferences being held here, it would never impact the experience of other guests. And they also have their library, which is again another nice kind of breakout spot. And yeah, so just again, in terms of the location, Carron is a really beautiful suburb. For those of you who don't know it, it's kind of 30 minutes from the city centre. And this is kind of where clients want to be when they are staying in Nairobi. And with House of Waine, you're really close to these kind of key attractions such as Giraffe Centre, Sheldrick Trust, Blixen Museum. And it also has a really kind of up and coming food scene. You have the Talisman restaurant, which is really lovely. You also have Boho Eatery and Matt Braun's. So there is a lot to do in this area, and really amazing shopping and markets here also. So if you do have clients that want to stay here, there is a lot to do, and it's really nice to kind of either begin your safari here or end here, and really peaceful area before you get your international flight back home. So that is it in a nutshell, really. If you have any questions, please do pop them in the Q&A. But as I said, we will be sending out the recording in a follow-up towards the end of the week for you to share with your teams. And if you have any other questions, please do reach out. So I think that's it. I can't see any questions. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, and enjoy the rest of your day.